Dolphins fans, we are presented by Manscaped today. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's show. You go to manscaped.com and use promo code Dolphins to get 20% off plus free shipping on their performance package. We'll tell you more about that later on today's mailbag. And we begin today's mailbag talking to Tommy Martin. What's up, Tommy? Will the new line coaching make any difference in our line performance since they have seemed to settle on using what we have? Well, the new offensive line coach, Butch Barry, I was not thrilled about that hire. He did not get rave reviews in Denver. Denver actually let him go when they fired Hackett. Normally, the other assistants would remain. He didn't. That's not a good sign. So we'll see. I mean, the jury's still out on Butch Barry. The Denver offensive line was really bad last year, and Butch Barry was the University of Miami offensive line coach. They had the worst offensive line in the ACC. But I am surprised, Tommy, to see them kind of going with AJ and Liam again. I don't think that's going to end very well. John Russell, what's up? If Hendon Hooker is there in round 3, can the Fins ignore that? Two things. He's not going to be, there's a much better chance he's going to be a first-round pick. It's actually trending in that direction. He's going to slide into the first round. In terms of if he's there in round 3, should the Fins ignore that? Yeah, because they do not need a quarterback. They have Mike White as the backup to Tua. They have Skylar Thompson. I don't expect them to use one of their 4 draft picks on a quarterback. But Hooker's obviously a great talent. I think he's going to be very good at this level. Won't budge. What's up, man? Are we drafting Tucker Kraft, the tight end from South Dakota State? I would love to draft Tucker Kraft, who did this past season at South Dakota State in 9 games, 348 yards, 3 touchdowns. And I don't think he's getting as much buzz because he was playing at the FCS level. I mean, if this guy was at the Power 5 level, Division I, I mean, he might be a first-round pick. So I really like Tucker Kraft and would be thrilled if the Dolphins ended up with him in the 3rd round. Do you want to draft Tucker Kraft, the tight end from South Dakota State? Let me know down in the comments section. Type D for draft or type P for pass down in the comments. Dr. Dummy Betta, what's up? If Nathaniel Tank Dell is off the board, who's the next best receiver the Dolphins could draft in the 3rd round? I don't really want to draft a receiver at all. I mean, we really don't need a wide receiver. In terms of who could be available, maybe Michael Wilson, the wide receiver from Stanford. He's a guy that might be on the board. Jalen Reed, the wide receiver from Michigan State. He might be on the board. I really like Trey Palmer, the wide receiver from Nebraska, and then Jonathan Mingo, the wide receiver from Ole Miss. Someone else to watch there. I don't expect Tank Dell to be the pick for the Dolphins. He's a really good player, though. Alex LaFortune, what's up? How excited would you be if we can get, I'm sure you mean Devin White for a 4th. Oh, I'd be thrilled. I don't think that's possible, but if we get Devin White for a 4th, I mean, look, Chris Greer fleeced the Rams for Jalen Ramsey, a 3rd and Hunter Long, so maybe he'll do the same here to Tampa Bay. I don't think it's going to take a 1st to get Devin White, maybe not even a 2nd. Matthew Frost, I don't think we should draft a linebacker or receiver. I kind of agree. I think O-line and tight end and running back. I was Deuce Vaughn. What do you think? I really like this idea. Drafting Steve Avila in the 2nd round to be the left guard. Drafting Tucker Kraft to be the tight end in the 3rd round. Deuce Vaughn somehow falls to the 6th round. You take him in the 7th round, maybe take an offensive tackle just to see if anything is there. But I'm with you. I don't think linebacker or receiver, especially receiver, that does not need to be something the Dolphins prioritize here in this draft. Well, gentlemen, if you didn't already know, it's tax season here in the U.S., and Manscaped is making sure you have your paperwork done so your boys downstairs are having fun. I want to shout out Manscaped for sponsoring today's show. So the Performance Package 4.0 is the ultimate bundle you need to reinvent yourself and your confidence. What highlights the Performance Package 4.0 is the Lawnmower 4.0. It's going to come with the performance. It's going to come in the Performance Package. Also going to come with the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer and the Crop Preserver, Crop Reviver as well. A lot of goodies in the performance package. And it's on sale right now at manscaped.com, promo code Dolphins. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code Dolphins to get 20% off plus free shipping. Take advantage of the performance package. If you're a dude, it is a must to have the things that are in the performance package. Again, it's highlighted by the Lawnmower 4.0. That link, that promo code, going to be in the comments and the description of today's video. Kelly Hutchinson, thanks for the question. So Miami is not going to pursue DJ Fluker. Well, I wouldn't say that necessarily. DJ, I asked him in my interview with him last week, and if you haven't watched it, be sure to check that out. I asked him what teams have reached out to him, interested. He mentioned the Broncos. He mentioned the Raiders. He mentioned the Bears, some other teams. The Seahawks talked to him, but the Dolphins were not a team that he mentioned. So as of right now, no, but that could change, and I do believe Miami should give Fluker a shot. Kurt LaPlante, what's up, Kurt? Good to see you again. Chances of drafting or signing another inside linebacker. Pretty decent. I could see them doing that. I mean, you have David Long. You have Malik Reed. You feel pretty good about that linebacker room right now. I think Jerome Baker's solid, but I certainly would not rule it out. I think there's a better chance, though, that they draft one and sign one or trade for one, but we have mentioned Devin White as a possible trade target. Carter Reimer, thanks for the question. Would you trade for Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, or Austin Ekeler, or draft someone? I don't think Saquon's going to get traded. I know that he's holding out, but I don't think he's going to get traded. Josh Jacobs, I definitely don't think he's going to get traded. Austin Ekeler, yeah, I think that's possible, but I don't see the Dolphins trading for a running back because they re-signed all four of their running backs in free agency, which I disagreed with re-signing all four. If you are a Dolphins fan, be sure you're subscribed if you are a true Dolphins fan, because we have daily videos and weekly live shows. And if you've watched our mailbags and you're like, well, I want to get on one, well, then you got to join us for our live show on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and catch our next live show. Winelin Witt, what do you think about the edge rusher from Appalachian State? Nick Hampton, right? Nick Hampton. I don't know much about him. Supposed to be maybe a mid to late day two guy. I don't really think, though, Winelin, that the Dolphins need to draft an edge rusher that early. But I'm not against it later on in the draft. John Russell, unpopular opinion. The Fins could look to trade Wilkins if Jalen Carter slips. Well, Jalen Carter might fall. He's not going to fall to round two. That's just not something that's going to happen, nor would the Dolphins trade up for him if he falls to late round one, which is possible. But no. Christian Wilkins, the priority needs to be extending him, certainly not trading him. But Jalen Carter to Miami, obviously not realistic. Han Solo with an interesting question that we've talked about a little bit. Should we trade down? Yeah, I would not mind trading down. It's going to depend who's on the board in the second or third round. You could trade down from either one of those spots. But let's say you get to the second round and Avila's off the board, Bergeron's off the board, and Darnell Washington's off the board, and Laporte's off the board. Trade back a few spots. Add another draft pick. I'm all for adding draft capital when you have little draft capital. And if you've not watched our fan-led mock draft, be sure to check that out because we traded back 8 spots, still got a starting caliber right tackle, and then added a 4th-round pick where we took a tight end. So trading down certainly not a bad idea. Should Miami trade down in this draft? Y for yes or in for no down in the comments section. Go down and let me know, should Miami trade down? Tommy Martin, what's up? Do you think there is any specific free agent that the Fins might target post-June 1 when we actually have some cap space? Good question. I still think there's going to be some notable names available. I mean, that's less than 2 months from now. I would say maybe an offensive lineman. I hate to say George Fant. I don't think he's going to be signed before then. I hope Cam Fleming isn't, so maybe we can make a run at him. But you are going to clear $13.6 million in cap space. I would say watch out for some inside linebackers as well. Zach Cunningham is a name to watch. Alex LaFortune, another question. We appreciate you. What do you think if we trade back on the third pick for those 2 picks and use that 4th we picked to trade for Devin White? I mean, if we can trade a 4th-round pick for Devin White, yeah, I would do it 10 times out of 10. HPK, what's up? Do you think the Dolphins have a chance to get Saquon given the recent news? No. This is just a strategy from Saquon to try to get a contract extension. He's holding out. I don't think he's going to get traded. If he gets traded, I don't think it's going to be the Dolphins because the Dolphins have a crowded running back room right now. I don't think they're going to want to pay top dollar for a running back, but they might draft a running back. I would not rule that out, but it's probably not going to happen in the 2nd round. Dr. Dummy Betta, if the Fins draft the TCU guard Steve Avila, would the Dolphins get back into the 2nd round to draft the Ohio State tackle to be the starting right tackle on the offensive line? I don't know. I'm assuming, let's see. I don't know. I don't think that they would spend that 2nd round pick and then trade back into the 2nd round. I just don't think that's something that's going to happen. But in terms of trading up for an offensive tackle, I would not mind that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Dolphins News. We're always going to have you covered with Dolphins news and rumors.